Prophet Lovy Elias is in the limelight. I mean, if you don't really know too much about him, he's one of them prophets that I don't think's got the best intention in his ministry.
Sin exists.
Yes.
Okay, if you're online, you believe sin exists, type number 1. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Who created sin?
Well,
You're a liar. God is not a sinner. So how can he make sin? No, you have no power to create. Satan cannot create anything. So what is sin? You think sin is what you do. Sin is a state of being.
Now, as of recently, there's been this nice big story that's came out, and I don't know how nice it is for Prophet Lovy Elias. This young lady coming out speaking about a possible affair that might have happened. I believe they did get into maybe a relationship and had things going on before they were married, but it's gotten huge, and I'm not sure that Prophet Lovy has denied any of these allegations. So we're going to watch this video. She's spoken out, and she's really going to just let it all out and explain the details of really what happened with this affair, if you will, that she had herself with Prophet Lovy Elias. Check this out.
Okay, so jumping right into this video, I'm going to go ahead and address some questions and some misconceptions. So first and foremost, we started our relationship before he got married. And like I said, I believed that he was single, that he wasn't with no one. And so we were together, we fell in love. And then after some time, he told me that he had to marry his ex, which I was so confused about because throughout our relationship, she was never in the picture. And then when he told me that he had to marry her, he told me that it was basically arranged, like his spiritual father were telling him that he had to get married to her. He would mention that he did not want to marry her. I mean, he made it a big deal, cried, was very distraught about the whole situation. And so I felt extremely bad. I felt very sorry. I genuinely believed what he was saying, and I felt extremely bad for him. So because he had told me that his spiritual fathers were telling him that this is something that he needed to do, I didn't understand. And I thought this is just something bigger that I don't understand when it comes to ministry. Come to find out, there was a video that was sent to me, which I will post here. It is his spiritual father. And they basically are speaking about how they were married. They got married back in like 2016 or 17. So I guess this whole entire time he's been with her, they were together, engaged, something that I did not know.
They had their first wedding, then they had their second wedding. I can say, right?
Yeah.
It's there online, if you check, especially the Periscope days. They were in love with each other, these guys. Love! So went live, knew them, married them, officially you are married. That was our first marriage. Was there like crowds?
No.
No crowds.
There was in a hotel
They are
room.
officially married. Marriage official, passion job. Done. I don't know how many years now. 6, 7 years later.
Again, I now understand how wrong all of this is. I have privately and also publicly repented for all of this. But I will say is that we did proceed our relationship, and I was very hesitant about the whole thing. But because I believe that he was a prophet of God, that he was actually hearing the voice of God, I
Wait. So he was married. He was actually married, and she finds out he was married, and he tries to say that as he's a prophet of God, that this is what he has to do in ministry, that he was told from God that he needs to be married but also be with her. Don't tell me that that was the way that he manipulated this young lady into being with him, even though he was already married.
did this relationship because he told me that God had approved of our relationship, that God was with us, that by God's grace, everything's going to work out. Just things that he was saying that God said. And
what does she say? It says, what are you talking about? When does my suffering end? I am so sorry. God will help us. Let me see if we can read that one. If you love me, you'll find a way, but it's not what you want. I've been getting things in order, honey. Wow, I love you and I care for you. That's crazy. Will God be upset at you? No, because he knows. Wow, that's interesting. I feel like she even it's like, she probably knew it was wrong, but it's like, man, though that like, I'm a prophet of God and I hear God and God only talks to me. That little thing that they play, man, it's a tactic that really be getting them some help when it comes to manipulating people, man.
Because of that, I continue to proceed this relationship with him. Also, this does means that I was with him days before his wedding, and I was with him, nights of her birthday, and, I was with him during moments where I thought he should be with her. I was actually unaware that this had happened, but the person, Miss A, that I told you guys about, when we had our conversation, we exchanged numbers as I showed you guys. And the next couple of days we had talked on the phone for about literally 4 or 5 hours straight for 2 days, going through every message and every thread. And we had realized in many cases that he was meeting up with us within hours. And also she was shocked when I had revealed to her that I was with him the night before partner's birthday, because she had received messages from him saying, it's not what you think, that they had an altercation at a restaurant and that he left her crying in the closet on her birthday. So again, as he's playing this woman, he's also playing me, he's also playing the rest of us. It's so weird. But yeah, we discussed.
And he's doing it all under the name of God.
Just everything. Everything. I don't understand how somebody could not only treat their wife, their partner like this, but to treat other women like this is absolutely diabolical. It's evil. It's not right. It's not a reflection of Christ. It does not reflect the character of God whatsoever. Many of you have asked, why now? Why are you posting about this now? You're just so bitter. So what I'm going to explain to you is going to hopefully give you a better understanding of this is not coming from a bitter place or a bitter heart at all. When the women had approached me at church and we went to go sit down in the back and discuss everything that had taken place, she had revealed to me that she was in a relationship with him as well. 3 years. The same exact time frame that I was in a relationship with him. And she also revealed that my photos were in her phone that I could literally see with my own 2 eyes. The photos that I only sent him were in her phone. It was at that moment that I realized that everything was a lie. The messages that I've seen where he said that he does not know me, he's never done anything for me, all of that is just, it made me realize that he was a complete liar, that he was a deceiver and a manipulator. Again, this has nothing to do with me being bitter or hurt. I am such at peace and I'm so grateful to God that the truth was revealed to me so that I can.
Yeah, man, it ain't got nothing to do with being bitter. And for someone to even try to come at that and use that as a reason is pretty sad, especially when you have a situation like this where she's just kind of explaining what happened. It's not about being bitter because it's like, bro, this happens to a lot of people. I actually knew someone firsthand who this kind of similarly happened to them, where it was a prophet, himself. I'm not going to release that guy's name because we ain't talking about him on this video, but trust me, most people know him. And I actually had the opportunity to work with one of those people, and it was that same thing, kind of that manipulation, that power that those prophets put on to really make a believer, or anyone for that matter, believe that they are in such cahoots with God, that they're so connected with God, that whatever they say is Bible and whatever they say is true because they're so anointed by God. And it's a tough position to be in for them to kind of use that to prey on innocent people, innocent believers, young ladies like this, because it usually happens in these situations. And I think it's a good thing for what happened for her to understand that she realized that something was wrong. She realized that something was taking place and she came out of it. And now she's talking about it. I don't think it's a bitter thing. I think it's just very sad that these things are taking place, and that when these things come out, that these prophets and these people, they're still able to do it. I believe his wife, I think it's his wife, Prophet Lily Java, I did a video on her before, and I mean, she came for me, and came and attacked the video and had it taken down. And it's like, because, like I said, I don't think there's really good intent, man. I don't really think there's good, you know, well thought out intent behind these people's ministries, man. And just the more and more and more and more you get through it, and the more and more you hear about it, you just start to see, man, that a lot of these prophets, a lot of these pastors, a lot of these self-proclaimed, you know, Bible gurus, if you will, they're in these positions, man, and not all of them, but a lot of them, man, they ain't meaning well, and a lot of it is for a lot of selfish greed and for reasons that most people wouldn't even know. And that's the scary thing, because you have people like this and so many other people in the world who put so much trust, man. These people, when these members and people that go into these churches, man, they're entrusting the man of God up there. They're entrusting that leader, that they really are submitted to God, not here to push their own evil agendas, man.